round cuff, a 60 round leg, and then do a slip stitch. Hey y'all, welcome to Heather's Country Crochet and More YouTube channel, where I talk about crochet, knitting, or any other craft I feel like getting into. My name is Heather, and I live in Alabama with my husband, my son, 2 dogs, and 2 cats. You can find me on Instagram as Heather's Country Crochet, and I also have an Etsy shop where I sell yarn that I dye. All of the links will be in the description box below, as well as the show notes. And while I've got you here, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. That way you won't miss any future episodes. Now, today I have a few things that I want to show y'all. I have one FO, finished object, and some whips, and then a few acquisitions. I also have been watching a lot of Christmas movies, and I've started reading. So let's go ahead and dive in and get started. My first, or my only actually, my FO is this pair of socks that I knit for my sister. And I can't really, well, let me see. Yes, I can. So I finished these. I actually can't remember if I had started them on the last episode or not, but I did get these finished for her, and these are a Christmas present for her. I have not ever knit her a pair of shorty socks, so I decided to try that for her to see if she would like these better than the taller socks. And I did a few modifications from the last pair that I had made her, because she said they were a little tight on her feet. So yeah, I just did I think like about a 10 round rib, 1 by 1 twisted rib, and then a few rounds for the leg before I started the heel flap, and then the rest of the sock is just plain stockinette for her very large foot. And this was done in the Yarnable colorway, Grow with the Flow. And that is her Christmas present, or one of them anyway, the one that I make. A lot of my projects have actually been kind of put on the back burner through Christmas, or through this month, should I say, because I've been focusing on just trying to get these gift knits done and things. I am making some progress. So I have a pair of socks that I have started for my dad, and this will begin the whip segment of this podcast. I started these one day last week, and I have completed 1 sock. And for his socks, I do 20 rounds of 1 by 1 rib, 10 rounds for a leg in between before I start the heel flap, and I just did the slip stitch heel flap and stockinette for the foot. I have cast on the second sock, and I was doing this in the Yarnable colorway, Cinnful Delight. That was the November colorway. Now, the whole reason I had said that I wasn't going to knit my dad a pair of socks for Christmas this year, because for the last 2 years, what I've gave him was a pair of socks for Christmas. So, or not 2 years, last year. I forgot. I gave him a pair for his birthday too. Or was it Father's Day? Anyway, I've knit him 2 pair. Well, and I've probably already told this story, but I'm going to tell it again anyway, in case you haven't seen it or heard it. So he told my mom that he had put him on a pair, you know, one day he was getting ready for work. And he told my mom that that was the best pair of socks that he had ever wore, best fitting pair of socks that he had ever wore. And to tell me that he didn't care if I got him anything for Christmas, that all he wanted was a pair of knitted socks. So that pretty much left me no choice. I had to knit him a pair of socks. So I am almost finished. I've got this much cast on. I actually just finished this sock this morning, and then I cast on the second sock today. So, and when you are watching this video, it is actually Tuesday, December 12th, but you are probably not going to be watching this episode until Wednesday or after. So, yeah. So I actually have a plan for my dad for next year, because he really does have a lot of problems finding socks that fit him. Like, store-bought socks don't fit him right. Because, you know, when you buy store-bought socks, they are from like a really large range of shoe size. So, every time he buys store-bought socks, he says that they end up like riding up his leg. So like the heel part where it's supposed to be on your heel will be up his leg. And so my plans for next year is I'm gonna try to do this, but I'm gonna try to knit him 1 pair of socks every single month, and then at Christmas I can give him 12 pair of knitted socks. So that is my plan, my future plan. We will see how that goes. I'm gonna have to go through my stash over here and find socks or find yarn that I think he will like. I don't know, but we shall see how that goes. Now for my next whip is my Freckled Whimsy Advent socks. And if you have been watching my Vlogmas videos, then you have seen some of these, because I've been doing a stripe a day every day since December 1st. And so these are, I'm knitting them in tandem. So I do 1 stripe on each sock every day. I don't know how well that is going to pan out the closer that it gets to Christmas, because with my gauge and my foot size, I think that I may, with the amount of stripes, you have 24 stripes in the color or whatever, the yarn. And the way that I had planned on doing it was just like the same way that I would normally do a long sock. So, and that's a 20 round cuff, a 60 round leg, and then do a a slip stitch heel flap, and then my foot. But I'm thinking that I know that I don't use 50 grams for one sock, and each one of these balls of yarn are 50 grams. But I think that there's more than just one repeat in each skein, or in each 50 gram skein. I don't know that for sure. But from my math, if it's even right, it's probably not. But so far, it's looking like I may run over the 24 stripe colorway or whatever, because I did not do my cuff, and I'm not doing my toe in a contrast color. I'm only going to do my heel in a contrast color. So I don't know how that's going to turn out. I guess we'll just have to see. So yeah, who knows? We'll see when it comes to that, I guess. So, my next whip is, I had originally said that I wasn't planning on knitting. I wasn't planning on making a project with an advent during while I was opening advents. But just to try to lighten the stress of all of the gift knitting that I was trying to do, not really cast on, but I started this crochet blanket. It's a corner to corner granny square. This was the first square that I did. A corner to corner granny square blanket that you join as you go. And when I did the math on this, I knew from the size of the squares, I knew that I would want a total of 80 squares. So I had my 31-day Halloween advent that I was attempting to open during Vlogtober. However, I did not get to finish Vlogtober due to my work schedule and the exhaustion that I was overtaken with. But I did eventually finish opening it. So I was like, well, I'll just use that, and then once I finish using that, I can just use my minis that I have from subscriptions or scraps or whatever. So I have been trying. Here's what I've gotten so far. I've gotten 2 full rows completed on here. And I have this, well, let me turn it the right way. This really cute little progress keeper on here. And that was to mark my first square and what the bottom and all that is. And I had planned to try to do like 4 to 5 squares a day until Christmas. Well, I have decided, after trying to keep up with this and my stripes on my socks and my gift knitting, and then this other project that I have over here I'm going to show you in a minute, it has just been way too much. I got behind because I was not able to work on any of my projects for a couple of days while I was spending some time with some family. So I have decided that I am not going to stress over trying to do 4 or 5 squares on this blanket a day. When I decide to add in a square, I'll add in a square. I'm not going to stress myself out trying to get all of these things done anymore. But that is that blanket, and I think it is going to be a very cozy, oh, it is so soft because it's all superwash merino nylon yarn. But it's going to be so pretty with all the scrappy colors to it. And yeah, I'm just loving it. But this was a pattern put out by Dana Rae Makes. And she actually put it out to go along with the Polka Dot Creek advent for this year. And I do have that advent, but I did not want to use it in this. So I decided to use my other advent that I had. I actually have plans for a different pattern for that, but that's not going to be until after the new year. My other project is also a blanket. It is a knit blanket, and I have done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 stripes. So I have to do today's, but I did get behind on this as well, but I got it caught up. On this is a countdown to New Year's blanket, and it is so pretty. It's using DK weight yarn, or actually it's called for DK weight minis. But I had several skeins of DK weight yarn, so I decided to, every other stripe is a stockinette stripe. So I decided to use my variegated colors for the stockinette stripes, and then every row that is, or every stripe that is textured, use my solid color yarn for those stripes. And then the separator color here is actually a color that I dyed myself. So it's just a nice tonal, and it called for the, I guess that would be like the main color for the pattern. It had called for like 3 skeins of it, and I had 3 skeins of it, so I was like, yeah, I'll just use that. So this is, like I said, a countdown to New Year's blanket. I can't think of the designer's name, but it is from Polka Dot Creek, and you can find all of these patterns on Ravelry, as well as I will link them in the description box below. Let me grab me some water. My throat is sounding, I don't know, like all scratchy or something. The only other whip that I really plan to try to, where is it? I think it might be in this big bag, because I have a lot, yep. I have a lot of my projects just stuck in here, so that I can just have them all together. My other project that I plan to try to finish for a Christmas gift is my these fingerless mitts that I'm doing for my mom. I think I've showed this on my last episode. I don't know if I don't think I have worked on these at all since I showed them last, but in case you missed the last episode and you're watching now, this is the second mitt and this was the first mitt. And what I did was I went off of the schematic of one of the Crazy Sock Ladies mitt patterns, and instead of actually putting the pattern part on top, on the top of the hand part where it would actually go on the top part of your hand, instead of putting the actual pattern in there, I just continue to do stockinette to make it really simple and easy. So I'm still got to finish those because my mom has been wanting a pair of fingerless mitts for a while now. So I figured it was time for me to knit her one, especially since it is Christmas. This yarn is some yarn that I got from the Wicked Knitta. I want to say that the colorway name was Trial Run. I do not think that I have, I don't know where the ball band went for it. I thought I had it, but I guess I don't. But yeah, so that is all the projects that I'm working on currently. I do have a test knit project that I have not worked on at all because I've been trying to get these gift knits done. I've been trying to get these gift knits done. So, and then I'm going to start working on that test knit again after I finish the gift knits. However, I do need to try to hurry and finish these gift knits so that I can get on the ball with that test knit, because I think it's coming due in sometime in January. I want to say like around January 15th. So I've still got some time. It's not too push for shove yet, but I still need to get to work on it. So yeah, so that really takes care of all of the projects. So now we can move on to acquisitions. So I placed an order for some stuff, and then I also have my monthly subscriptions that came in. So first I'm going to show you the yarn that I ordered. These two here, it's 3 by the Sea designs. This one is the Mrs. Claus, and y'all, I just couldn't resist because it's Christmas. I mean, it's Christmas. And I got this on her Sanibel base, which is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 463 yards. And I'm so anxious to get this on my needles to make me some socks. I want some Christmas socks really bad. And this other here is the Fireside colorway, and I think this would make my daddy some really nice looking socks, don't y'all? So this may be in already one of the colorways that goes into that 12 months for next year for him. And it is the same base, same stats and everything on it. 3 by the Sea designs. And along with it, she sent me some stitch marker or light bulb stitch marker. I cannot talk today. Light bulb stitch markers and some chocolate mint stash tea. So I've never tried that. I might try that because I love chocolate. That sounds really good. So The next thing is my Yarnable and my Row One subscription. Those have come in for the month of December. I'll go ahead and get this one out of the way. Sorry for the crinkling. So this month's Row One came with a candy cane and a York peppermint patty. And this is the yarn, what they look like. And then this month's dyer for Row One is the Keenan hand-dyed yarn. Yep. And then this is just the paper talking about the dyer and telling you the colorway names and things like that. Next is my Yarnable. So let's show this. So the first thing of the extra goodies is this adorable little fox progress keeper. He is so cute. I'm gonna have to put him on a project because that's just adorable. And then this yarn sweater. And this not just perfect, because I pull from the inside of my cakes, so I can use this, and it comes from Fox and Pine Stitches, and it's so cute. Look, it's got all the little foxes and pine trees. So cute. And I would call it a yarn cozy, but they're calling it a yarn sweater. And then it comes with the card telling you about the goodies, extra goodies that's in here. And then it also has a scratch off for a discount to use at Hypnotic Yarn. Now, for December's colorway, I really expected some Christmassy colors, but even though it is not, it is still gorgeous, and I love this. And I cannot decide if I want to make my daddy some socks out of this next year or make it for me, because blue is my color, y'all. I love blue. Blue is my favorite color. I love a lot of colors, but blue is just my absolute favorite. And this is so pretty. Just so pretty. I do get the one skein plush sock subscription. They have Yarnable has very different, a few different choices that you can choose from. You can do like one skein or two skein, plush sock or plush DK. I used to do the DK and then I swapped over to the sock. Both is wonderful. It's 8515 superwash merino nylon blend, 437 yards and 100 grams. I don't think that I have any problem. I know that I don't have any problem getting a pair of socks out of this, even for my husband, and my husband has some huge feet. And then I think I could even make a muscle burrow hat out of a skein of this. So, because I know that usually your finger and weight sock yarn varies in yardage. So some has, I think it really just depends on like the base, like whether it's 75-25, 80-20, 85-15, things like that. That is what I believe causes it to vary as far as yardage. But I haven't had any problems so far. So that is my acquisitions for now. However, I do have a little story and to tell. Although what I'm about to tell you about me getting, I did not bring in here with me, but it did come in today. So last week, my son had decided that he wanted to go and get a new phone because we're all due for an upgrade. And so I told him that I would take him. Well, while we were there, I decided to go ahead and upgrade mine too. And they were offering a deal where when you do an upgrade, you get a free iPad. So I was like, yeah, okay, I'll take that deal. And so I got, the one that I wanted, they didn't have in stock. So the guy had to order it. And it came today. So I've already set it up and everything. I am really looking forward to starting to use it, especially when I'm doing my reading on my Kindle app, because my phone, I can't hardly see it no more. I'm getting older. My eyes ain't as good as they once was. So it gets harder to see on my phone. So I'm really glad that I've got the iPad that I can use now to read on. So talking about reading and watching next, I'm gonna have to refer to my notes on this. So I just started a new book on my Kindle, and actually in like the kind that you hold to. So the book that I started on my Kindle is called Claus or Claus. I'm not really sure, like, it's supposed to be like the origin of how Santa Claus came about or whatever, you know. I don't know, it looked really interesting, and it's a series because the first one talks about Claus, the second one is Jack Frost, and the third, well, that's not the name of it, but, and then the third one I think talked about, or maybe the third one was Jack Frost, the second one might have been the Snowman. I don't remember exactly. I'll put pictures of them up here for you to see. But I just started it. I'm only on like chapter 2, so I don't really know how it's gonna go yet. Stay tuned, I'll let you know. I've also, I'm sure you have probably heard about this, or possibly even already read it, since it has been pretty popular here lately. But I started A Corn of Thorns and Roses. That series, I started the first book. Again, I've only gotten to like chapter 2 or maybe 3 of it. I don't have a lot of time to read because unfortunately I cannot read and knit at the same time. I'm trying to teach myself how to, but I have not mastered it yet. So, because I've noticed that when I try to knit and read at the same time, I am constantly looking up and down from the book to my knitting. So, and then I lose my place where I was reading, so then I have to find it. So then I've stopped knitting to find it, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I don't know how y'all people do it when y'all can read and do these crafts at the same time. But I'm gonna keep practicing, and we'll just see if I ever get the hang of it. As far as watching, I have been watching a lot of Christmas movies. So I watched all 3 of the Santa Claus movies because that's like a tradition to me. I've watched them ever since they've came out when I was younger, and every year I watch them. Actually, The movies that I'm mentioning here, I have watched ever since I was little. I can, you know, so I have to watch them every year. The other movie that I have watched is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. And of course I had to watch that because I got the Advent. So it just wouldn't be right not to watch it when I bought the Advent to go with it. So, of course I had to watch it. And then I also watched a cute little movie that I have always loved. Ever since I was little, me and my daddy used to watch it a lot because he used to love any of the Ernest movies. Ernest P. Worrell. Ernest Saves Christmas is what the name of the movie is. So if you have not watched any of these, go watch them because they're wonderful movies. I love them. They are awesome. They're funny. I mean, they are just really good movies to watch. Of course, I've been watching these on Disney Plus. So if you have a Disney Plus subscription or some other way to watch these, please go watch them because they're awesome. Something else that I have started watching is the Santa Clauses. So it was released last year, but it's in episodes, so it's like a TV show instead of a movie. But it goes, you know, along after the Santa Claus movies. But I watched 1, 2, and 3 of them, so I was like, well, I may as well watch the Santa Clauses. So there are 2 seasons of it, and like I said, it was released last year, and I think that I started watching it last year and then for some reason didn't finish it. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to get it finished this year, or this Christmas season, should I say. That is all that I can think of that I've been reading and watching for now. So I guess I will just start with some admin stuff. Over in my Etsy shop, I have some Christmas Advents that I dyed. I still have a few left in my shop for anybody who did not or was not able to get one, you know, throughout the seasons while they have been offered. I still have some available, and I am going to leave them up in my shop until the first of the year. So they are still available for purchase, and pretty much as of right now, they're shipping out next day. So when you purchase, I ship it out the next day. So you have the option to get just the minis, or you can get the minis and the sock set. But after the first of the year, I'll be taking them down. So if you, like I said, weren't able to get one, or didn't get one because you missed the deadline or something for one that you had wanted, go over and check it out. They are rainbow themed. They're ready to go, ready to ship, and it is for anybody who may have wool allergies. It is wool yarn, superwash wool yarn. Like I said, it's the minis and the sock set, or just the minis that is available for purchase. But for anybody who doesn't mind, you know, not being able to, like, literally open it as you count down to Christmas or whatever. My dogs are barking like crazy. Somebody probably just went in the living room. Sorry if y'all can hear that. I don't know if they're gonna hush or not, maybe. Okay. Well, anyways, so I forgot what I was saying again. Oh, so if you don't mind, you know, being late, or just, you know, if you wanted to get it and open it all at one time just to be able to make a project, you could do it. It's still there, so that, you know, it's there at the end, until the first of the year. I think that's pretty much all of the admin stuff, because I don't know, there wasn't really a whole lot that I needed to talk about as far as that goes. So I'm not going to stay on here and just get long-winded and babble. It's already about 40 minutes, so I think that's long enough. So yeah, I appreciate everybody coming and watching, and I will see you next time. Make sure, if you would like to see me before the next podcast, check out my Vlogmases. They are once a week postings right now. I'm not posting daily. I'm doing weekly Vlogmas videos, so they post every week on Sunday. So until next time, bye.